We live in an exciting time where many YouTubers are beginning to force their way into the filmmaking industry. However, the results have been mixed, causing some to question if this is truly indicative of the future of the industry or if recent successes have merely been exceptions to the rule. So let's look at the two most recent YouTubers to get their films in theaters to see if we can identify the difference between those that break through to challenge Hollywood and those who make people doubt the potential for YouTubers as filmmakers. First, we have Chris Stuckman, who released his debut film Shelby Oaks last year. The film failed to make any impact and was widely considered to be little more than a forgettable recycling of familiar tropes. However, I think we can learn more about him as a filmmaker by looking at his YouTube channel. If you're not already aware, Stuckman was a film critic who became popular thanks to the refreshing authenticity of his reviews. Notice I said was, because around the time he started pursuing his filmmaking career, he stopped criticizing films altogether, and the authenticity that earned him his audience in the first place seemingly disappeared, replaced by robotic delivery, shady sponsorships, and a deathly fear of saying anything negative about anyone. In short, he came to view his audience not as people to serve or foster a relationship with, but as a platform from which to jump to bigger and better things. It also seems clear his ambition to be a part of the industry he revered was greater than his passion for the craft itself, as he was willing to sacrifice all that once drew people to his channel for that goal, and clearly had no original story of his own to tell with Shelby Oaks. Mark Fishbach, by contrast, exemplifies the soul and vision needed to stand out and inspire as an indie filmmaker. He may have been a far less likely candidate to break into filmmaking than Chris Stuckman, as he is not a film critic or anything of the sort, but a YouTube gamer known for his Let's Plays. However, unlike Stuckman, he has long demonstrated all the passion for his craft and respect for his audience that defines the best creators in any medium. See, whereas Stuckman's goal seems to be to earn clout and success in the industry at all costs, Mark clearly doesn't care about that at all. In fact, he actively turned down studio support for his project Iron Lung in order to execute his vision and deliver on his promises to his fans. He made his film not to get his foot in any door, but to tell a story that he and other fans of the game wanted to see on the big screen. He loves the challenge of creation for its own sake, which is evident in every aspect of his film, and he loves his audience, with whom he has maintained a relationship of trust over the years, and for whom he has fought to deliver this product. For him, nothing he makes is but a means to an end. He does all that he does because he loves doing it and respects the people who support him. And now we have Kane Parsons entering the scene with the Backrooms. While it doesn't seem he had to fight to get his project to the big screen like Mark, instead being approached by studios after his own success, he very much appears to be in this same category of passionate creators more in love with their creations and their audiences than with the idea of being a filmmaker. But I guess we'll see for ourselves later this month.